All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How's everybody doing today? Whew, yeah, look at NQ. Dang. Something sparked it off. Morning, morning. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. Today is Tuesday, the 29th. See if we can get something good go here. I'm actually looking at this wall up here for an LRE already. Nice, up 55 ticks. Yep, that's a good day. Did you catch this drop, or was that something else? I have a little bit of a ODD here, but we might be... Let's see. I don't know. That was a big drop down. I don't know what really sparked that. Might be getting a little bounce off this 30-tick ZOI here. But have no HD or nothing like that going on. It is testing those three clusters to the left on the 10-tick. Gonna wait a minute and see what the market wants to do here. All right. Kind of hesitating at this lower wall here in gap level. And we have a cluster on the current 30-tick bar, so I'm staying out of this LRE here. If it pulls up to this ZOI, it's pretty much, it got close enough for an LRE. But cluster on the 30-tick bar, I am staying out. Right there on our current bar. So I'll wait for this to continue down, if it does, before I take an LRE. So as some of you know, I am trailing my LREs now, but if it's the second LRE and it's pretty deep in the trend already, then I'm not trailing them as much. I'm not looking for as big of a trail. And it all depends on the targets, of course, you know, if there's targets and all that stuff. So now, I mean, look at the 10-tick. We are chopping with some clusters here at this area. So definitely staying out at the moment. Morning, morning, morning. Exciting news with Apex. Great time to be a part of Apex for sure. All right, that's a little bit of a rush as I just sat down to try to analyze everything quickly. But wondering what caused that spike down. Now we're kind of going sideways here at this area. So just waiting and see what's going to happen. See if there's any areas of interest on the 30-tick. Nothing's really screaming at me. I mean, although where the ice level is, there was some to the left where the ice dev. There's a bunch of mini magnets and stuff here, but it's already kind of gone through that area, chopped around there a lot, broke short now. Nothing really screaming at me. Yeah, look at that. 5-bar chop on the 50 tick. Right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got our breakout bar. And then it's gone down one more. That's beautiful. I'm always looking for those. Unfortunately, I was not on yet. That just broke out. That's what happened. We got that breakout as soon as I got on. It could have waited one more bar for me. That's my perfect setup. 50 tick breakout. Yeah, Richard. We have Canadian GDP at 8:30. Typically, Canadian news doesn't move our market too much, but it's GDP, so, might do a little something. I'll just kind of keep a heads up on that. Just because it's GDP. Now, I just hope it doesn't chop around for the rest of the morning. All right, we technically have a long here, but going right into this dynamic magnet where this wall was, I would not hop into this long. I'd wait for an LRE. So we have our setup bar here. Both are angled up. Broke the high right above the ZOI. And then there's a cluster it's hitting right now with that dynamic magnet and wall. It's making its way up. Morning. Morning, Jim. Yeah, I mean, I don't see this really continuing long for too much, but, of course, anything can happen. Especially since I said that markets like to prove us wrong. I've tried using reverse psychology before, but then it just reverses again on me. Yeah, settlement was right below, not too far from that little run we just had. About 10 points, 10, 11 points away. So it would be surprising if it don't come down and get settlement. Typically, it don't get that close without hitting it. Yeah. Yeah, those algos are just crazy. Probably wouldn't understand anything he says. It'd be interesting, though, that's for sure. All right, let's see if this thing comes back down. Kind of chopping here on the 10 tick between these little walls and dynamic magnet and all that. Simplicity is getting a little sideways. See, when you have sideways motion here, little break up, sideways again. I don't like that. Liquidity is kind of spotty, it looks like.
Potential TX on NQ.
Yeah, we have a lazy Z pattern, and I was wondering if it would go up and try to test the bottom of that 50 tick chop, and it almost kind of did. Yeah, I mean, it did test the bottom of this wick, these couple wicks here. So before heading down, it probably just wants to confirm, okay, yep, want to test the bottom of that and go back down. Potentially, so let's see what happens here. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if that Canadian news in a few minutes also does something to the market. Can't imagine their GDP numbers will come in strong, but I don't know. I don't really pay too much attention to them. See if it actually has an impact or not. But being GDP, it might.
Potential SLZ on NQ.
I love the holiday time, but it sure can mess up some trading sometimes too. But we should have the next few weeks. Let's see. Should have the rest of this week, next week, and the following. So probably 2.5 more weeks of solid trading, and then it kind of start getting a little wishy-washy again. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. If you're new, we have the Black Friday Super Sale turned into Cyber Monday. Actually, I need to change that little ticker on the bottom of my screen there to say Cyber Monday, but same sale going on till next Monday, 80% off. If you're new here, you can always go to futuresniperbeast.com. I keep all the updates there, and I'm going to be working on that website a little bit more too. Keep it more, a little more interactive and have more stuff on it. Kind of like a centralized source for information. Of course, you can always go to the Apex websites for information on the trader funding or the trading tools itself. Man, I don't know, Dan. I don't know. More and more CEOs and economists are being pretty bullish right now, and for next year. I was already predicting from just all the things that I'm seeing and the writing on the wall that next year, my thoughts are next summer it's gonna be pretty bad out there for a lot of people. But now I'm seeing a lot of CEOs, and I think there's gonna be some more major layoffs happening in quarter Q1. Obviously, all this is just my opinion, but I don't know. We'll see if that messes up a Santa rally. I look at a lot of the macro stuff though, so I'm usually I love watching and diving into the macroeconomics, and of course, when you look at the macro view, that has a lag to our daily lives. I agree. I agree. I've said here lately, especially through the summer and Q1 of this year, I'm like, they're either stupid or evil or both. A lot of the Fed and a lot of people out there. And I don't get into the whole left or right thing. I think I play the middle, and I think they're both sides are just playing politics. There's a reason for that saying. And not just politics, a lot of economists. I'm like, what are you looking at? A lot of economists. I'm just can't believe what they're looking at. Yeah. All right. Come on, market. Let's get some movement here. See if it's going to break down. Head towards settlement. A little bit of a choppy area. We have, the Canadian news didn't do anything. So, yep. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing right now. It was promising when I first got on. I said, all right, looks like the market might be moving well today. It still might. Still early. We do have it's technically simplicity short right now, but I wouldn't be looking for anything until it gets under this wall area. See both angled down for sure right here and broke the bottom right into this 30 tick paw. Now it's kind of struggling in this area again to break short, but it may break short. We technically have some HD on the 30 tick as well. A lower high, lower low, lower high here, 148%. It's not a great trend or anything, but let's see if we can push down. So if it does push down, this nice little cluster paw here, if you're looking on the 30 tick, if it does push down and come back up to test that, I would like an LRE off of that. Because a lot of times a cluster, a lower level cluster like this, or even where there's double clusters, it likes to come back and test those areas. But the way the market's moving too right now, I don't know. Just have to see see what happens if it does that, because I'm not trusting too much right now. Another wonderful thing about these evaluations on sell for 80% off is you can be, in my opinion, it just incentivizes us to be patient and trade well. Because, let's say the week is horrible and you don't get any trades. Well, you don't have to worry about that upcoming payment because it's so cheap. Yeah, that part's the huge part. The funding waiting period, only taking 10 trading days. I mean, that's amazing. You can literally go from brand new eval to getting paid in like a month and a half, or less than a month and a half. Like it's like 17 days, and then you request a payout. That's crazy. It's amazing. Yeah, I mean 7 days for the evaluation, then 10 days for the PA. So 17 days, which is, almost 17 trading days, almost 3 weeks, and then you request a payout. That's just crazy. Yeah, Paul, I'm sure there will be. Yeah, because that part really never mattered to me anyways, because I typically will take on average around 30 days to pass an evaluation, sometimes a little sooner, sometimes longer. And so that part never really mattered to me. But that 10 trading days for the PA and withdraw every 2 weeks, that part is huge. Yeah, I'm sure there's people already, going for it all, YOLOing their accounts, especially when they're cheap. They'll sacrifice a bunch of accounts to try to get them funded or try to get paid. Nature of the business. I've just always been in the mindset where I don't want a quick paycheck because, I want something sustainable. That's the whole reason why I started trading. Not for a lotto ticket. All right, let's see. This thing is breaking down now. Heading towards settlement, potentially. We did get a reset, so it got kind of ugly on the simplicity chart. You can see right here. 30 tick is in an ODD state now, 49% with a cluster on the bar. So let's see what happens. We're in a 3-bar on the 4th bar on the 50 tick chart. So we'll see what happens there. Like I mentioned earlier when I got on, I wasn't really seeing anything on the 30 tick that was screaming at me as a target or potential area for the market to go to. So it makes sense why we're kind of all over the place right now. I'm still not really looking for anything at the moment. I would, because see now if we continue short, we're right at settlement. So it's kind of a weird little spot we're in, because obviously I don't want to have to take any trade through settlement. If this would have stayed pretty clean on simplicity here, if this would have stayed pretty clean, I would have liked to take an LRA pretty much around where we are now and run it to settlement. But it got kind of ugly here. We do have no, it's not HD. Yeah, that's about it. We have a cluster where we're at right now, so it's not, I still think this might come down, but it's not giving me anything to jump in. Oh, and look at that. Look what I just said earlier. How it likes to come up and test the bottom cluster. Almost, this wick came right up almost to the bottom of that cluster to test it. He's good. Toby is good. He's just relaxing in his bed right now. He's being lazy. His little nails For those that don't know, Toby is my little min pin little dog. His little nails tap on the ground when he walks, so it's like little ticking. So I got to make sure he's not around when I'm on video, or you'll hear a bunch of little ticking in the background. Yeah. Tick strike. Yeah, I've tried to cut his nails down enough, but you can only cut them down so short, and they still tick. That's funny. Tick strike. Toby tick strike. Price squawk. You have a parrot? I love parrots. Is it a parrot or what do you have? See, we technically just had an LRE here, but I'm not taking it because we're bouncing off this bot of this dynamic magnet. Lots of clusters down here. Cluster on the current 30 tick bar. There's no reason for me to take it. Yeah. Nothing telling me to go back short. I mean, I like that it's bouncing off this wall now, but there's cluster on the 30 and those clusters down there, and it's just couldn't. I mean, it's not in a really good trend, so I'm just waiting for a better one. We have simplicity resetting. They both flipped green now. 618 and 612. Yeah. Yeah, we have a settlement right there at 616. About 616.25. Yeah, pretty much right in the middle of those numbers there, Jim. Settlement. So that's, yeah, of course, huge level. Keep hitting that. Yeah, John. I mean, it tells you Apex, a lot of it is knowing when not to trade, right? So we look for the highest probability setups and entries, and we have high probabilities. So that tells us when the market conditions are not the best to get in and helps you avoid a lot of losses. So yeah, we just wait until, most of trading in general, Apex or not, it's it's a patience game, right? So you don't. A lot of people want to just hop in and just click around, click buttons. But the best traders are patient and they wait, for their exact precise moments to get in. And that's what I loved about Apex is, they teach you and they relate it to being a sniper. You're waiting, patiently waiting until you see exactly what you want. Then you fire the trigger and take the shot. Of course, nothing's guaranteed, but you sit there and wait for the perfect setup, know your risk, and fire away. Yeah. 95% boredom and 5% action, exactly. That's, to be honest, why I was a little bit, I wouldn't say hesitant, but why I didn't go live sooner. Because of, I know how much, I guess, waiting there is. So, but I figured, might as well just do it. And because I was doing my trade reviews before I was going live, and sometimes I was recording my trading session and then going back over it, and I just figured live is better that way. You can talk and chat whatnot, and just kind of let it be. Yeah. Yeah, if I'm live, I don't have to just come up with talking material. I can actually interact with you guys. So it's better. Versus whenever I was recording it not live, I was like, I got to say something here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm using a program called Streamlabs, which is amazing, by the way. It's free, and it's just, it's so many features for free. I was surprised. So it's Streamlabs, and then it streams, of course, to YouTube and records to YouTube. So I don't have my own recording. It just records to YouTube. Yeah, doctor, that was my thing. Even on whenever I was doing my recordings before I was live, and I wouldn't take a trade. Sometimes I know people want to see trades, but a lot of times, some of the best things, and I learned that from Daryl and Lori, that some of the best things that I ever learned was when we weren't trading. Seeing why not to take the trades, right? Why this wasn't a good one? Why am I waiting? And that cut out so many of those losses. Yeah, I mentioned last week my mom trades too, but she actually trades the open. So she was saying how, just hearing somebody talk about the market with the tools she uses, the Apex tools, helps kind of tune her mind up in preparation for when she's about to trade, because she doesn't trade the pre-market. Dang, Jeff. Yeah, that's a long time, but hey, it is what it is sometimes. We got to take what the market gives us. Mom reveal at 5,000 subscribers. Yeah, I'm going to have to make her do that. That would actually not be a bad idea. Trader, mom and son duo. Well, there it goes. It hit settlement. So see where it goes now. Let's see. 611.25. Our low of the day is 11.611.25. So we're not too far off from the low of the day. Hey, welcome. Yeah, so that's awesome. You're new. So yeah, I trade the Apex tools. Just to give you a very quick overview. I'm usually in the elite room too. I'm in there just, typing and stuff, and decided to go live just because I mainly do LREs and I trail LREs. So just to kind of give another perspective, that's why I started making my videos and all that. Another perspective in the market and how I'm looking at the market to take LREs. Of course, to take LREs, you have to know how simplicity works and the order prints and all that good stuff. So just kind of give my perspective, and really I'm documenting my own trading journey as well. I've been doing this, been with Apex since March 2020, and if you haven't heard about me, I had a lot of discipline issues that I had to overcome, about 2 years worth, and finally, pretty much this entire year, have overcame that, and I've been in a PA pretty much this entire year, funded accounts, without losing it, because I've gotten funded before Apex Trader funding came out. I was with another company, and I always lost my PAs, but this year I've held on strong, and I've overcome my discipline issues. So yeah, I'm just pretty much giving a different perspective, not a different, of another, I guess, commentary on how I'm looking at the market. And I learned everything from all the market reading. I worked with Lori a lot on how to read the OP like she reads the OP. But now I do it to look for LREs. So kind of took the middle approach. Not so much like Lori's Lorex trades, and not so much like Daryl's simplicity runs. Although now I am trailing LREs, so my risk is so little, and I can take the bigger profits. But like we were just talking about, I don't know if you heard that a lot of Apex trading is knowing when not to take a trade. That's a big thing. Awesome. Congrats. That's good. Yeah, this is basically just a very creative and awesome way to view order flow. Yeah, so this is another way that the charts are displaying order flow. And if you look at the order print chart right here, based on the orders, the algorithms places all these different things, mini magnets and all that on the charts for us. So we don't have to sit there and read numbers. Yeah, I didn't like that LRE because, we did get that reset, and there was not really a simplicity run. Just a bunch of sideways here. So I'm really waiting for this to continue short below settlement, or to reverse and go long. The 30 tick here, we're potentially putting up a mini magnet. If this bar closes short, this mini magnet, that should push us down. I would love for this mini magnet to stay here in this bar to close down. Now we have double clusters here, so we have a little bit of a fight going on. Nope, mini magnet bar closed, mini magnet went away. We have now, it's trying to go, see, it's just messy. See, it almost set up we have a setup bar for a long here, but it's not I wouldn't trust this either until it breaks above maybe this gap level. But then if it does break above that, we're back right into this little choppy cluster mess. So kind of ugly. Let's see, above 11,700. Golden. Well, we have a few of them. If it's this thicker one here, that's a paw that's copied from the 30 tick chart. Wait, you said the dotted one. Okay, the dotted one for me is my dynamic magnets. Like these dotted ones, like this one right here, and then this one up here, that's my dynamic magnets. That's the 10-minute magnets where the market has a high volume. And then the smaller dotted yellow ones, that's the gap level. Yeah, the dynamic magnets come from this chart, the 10-minute. Right there. Actually, let me refresh it. Make sure. There we go. Yeah, I changed them to that dotted because I think by default they're like a dash dot or something. But I changed them to that dotted and make them a little bigger so I don't get them confused with anything else. We do have a simplicity long now. But again, like I just said, there's the long going right back into this area here to the left. Let's be a little cautious. If we can continue a little bit further up towards this COI and dynamic magnet up here, I may take an LRE off the top of this. Maybe this gap level wall, but I need it to go further, longer, further. Because if it just pulls back now to here, it could just chop. Maybe also because I only have like 3 days on my 30 tick chart. Depends how many days you have loaded on your 30 tick. If you have more days, like 5 or more, then you may have more mini magnets. Nine o'clock, a little after 9 o'clock. We got a little more volume coming in. Nothing crazy. All right, now we're pushing up a little further. All right, I'll probably take an LRE now if it comes back down to this gap level area. If it comes back down, yeah. If it comes back down around here, which would be the top, those previous 2 points where it topped out there. If it comes back down to test that, then I'll probably take an LRE to go continue long. Unless if it hits up here where this dynamic magnet, ZOI, and all this is, and chops around, and then comes down, then I probably won't. But if it just comes up here, gives me a clean pullback, then I may take an LRE long to go back up to there. I'd love it if it gives me something nice to go with it. But
Potential TX on NQ.
Want to pull back a little bit more. Well, it's not going to come down enough for me. It doesn't look like.
Trap orders with exhaustion
Nope.
box on NQ.
Didn't pull back enough for me. Got close. Let's see, 36. Got close, but not close enough. Yeah. I'm not taking it anymore if it comes down. Yeah, I was waiting for it. I needed it about another 2 more points down lower, and I would have got in. Didn't quite get there. Because see, now it's, if you look at the 10 here, it pulled back up to that ZOI. Didn't quite make it as high. Now it's coming down. We could see some chop here, or I don't know. I don't know yet, but I'd rather this break above now before I take another LRE, or before I take an LRE. And that one got close. I really would have liked that if it would have came back down to this gap level here. That's where I was looking to enter. Because that would have been a nice, see, 34. I mean, at least could have gotten 9 points out of that. Yeah, I noticed that for tomorrow that at 8:15 there's that news, and then 8:30 as well. So I was debating if I wanted to try to get on earlier, or because the thing is sometimes, if I got on like at 8, That's only 15 minutes away from the news. Sometimes nothing. I mean, I'll probably get on earlier just to see, but sometimes, leading right up to the news, it can either be choppy or not much happen. So yeah, I mean, I'll see about probably getting on by 8 tomorrow. See, this is a little bit choppy now. I hate to be sitting in this trade choppy. Would rather it break up first, or whatever it's gonna do. Plus, it didn't give me anything either. Just saw your comment here. How many trades do I take per day? My risk limit, excuse me, my risk limit is if I lose 2 trades, then net 2, I'm out. So pre-market, I'm only risking 15 ticks per trade. So once I lose 30 ticks, I'm done for the day. Winners. So since I've been trailing my trades, I want my winner to at least be 20 to 30 ticks, and I'll look for at least 2 of those. So on average, though, I'm usually taking only 2 to 3 trades for the day. 2 most of the time, 3 if I took a loss. But yeah, usually 2 to 3. Sometimes I'll get 1. Sometimes, like today, I might not get any. But yeah, on average, 2 to 3. But yeah, I agree. If I can get a 1 and done, that is the best. Like if I get one of those LREs and that thing, I trail that thing for over 50 ticks. Anything over 50 ticks, I'm usually calling it a day. Now if I end up getting, like, let's say I'm up 70, 80, 90 ticks on the day, I may risk one more trade since I'm only risking 15 ticks. And if that one loses, then I'll call it a day. So if I have some overage on my tick count, then I'll probably risk one more just to see if I can get another one. But otherwise, I'll just call it. Yeah, I've had a few people actually reach out to me that trade price action normally, and it's been a little bit either slow or kind of weird for them on their strategy, and have been asking me about Apex. And pretty much most days there's opportunities with Apex, and it depends on what there's a few different styles you can trade with Apex. If you're looking for, and also if you could trade the open. If you could trade the open, there's always opportunities with Apex, always. You might have to wait 30 minutes, you might have to wait an hour, but there's always going to be opportunities every day with Apex. I trade the pre-market only, so I'm pretty much done 15 minutes or so before 10, 15 minutes before the market opens. So I don't always get an opportunity, but with the Apex system, especially if you trade after the open, there's always opportunities every day. Pretty much. Can't say guaranteed every single day, but pretty much every day. Yeah, Daryl does the simplicity trading, which that's what I do a variation of. The LRE is a pullback of simplicity, and he does simplicity, which is amazing. I love it. But you do need to know how to read the the order prints on these charts. This 10 tick chart here, which is the main one you're looking at, and the 30 tick. You have to know how to read those order prints in order to do the simplicity. And then also the 50 tick chart here, which shows us when breakouts could potentially be coming.
Potential TX on NQ. Potential setup B on NQ.
Yeah.
Trap orders with exhaustion box on NQ.
Yeah, sometimes like Lori will wait all day to get one perfect one and done Lorex trade or something. And that, I mean, if you think about it, you just got to wait a few hours to get a trade that can make so much money. It's definitely worth it. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm going to get anything. It's just about 9:15. Give it another few minutes, see if we can break above this little area here or not. Yeah, see, if you have that time to trade up until that yeah, you'll definitely be able to get, enough to have a profitable day for sure. Just have to wait for the right setups. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about Tesla and all that. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with them. And for those of you that are still going to be trading after the open at 10 a.m., watch that high impact news, consumer confidence. So probably give it until about 5 minutes before the open when we have our dark zone. $650, yeah, that's where I was pretty much mentioning I'm looking for it to break above that 650 area. I would definitely want it to break above that before I look for a trade. I mean, ideally, yeah, that would be perfect for it to break above this 650, head towards the dev, give a nice pullback, give an entry to go back long and take it all the way back up. You can see it better on the simplicity chart here. Wall, dynamic magnet, some eye zones here. We could break above, pull back, give a nice entry there to go long. We're getting a reset, so that's good. Because with all this sideways action here, a reset is nice. So if it resets, I mean, either way, if it resets and heads down or resets, goes green and long again, that'd be great too. So not sure if any of those will happen before the open. Let me switch this back. Yeah, I'm still not getting any signal really from anywhere on direction. Typically on the 30 tick chart, I'll get a mini magnet or something to tell me, hey, this is the direction we're going, but nothing. Like if this bar we're on now, if this would have laid a mini magnet up here, then I could have said, okay, great. It might be pushing off. to head back down. But it's given us nothing. It's just choppy, rangy nastiness. But also, this is what I was talking about this earlier. This is, I mean, clearly telling me do not look for a trade right now. So, when you spot ugliness like this, then it's easy to not take bad trades. Yeah, I know. I wish I could. I wish I could trade the open. I really wish I could. My schedule right now just does not allow me to. So, but it's all good. We do have a simplicity short going on, hitting that wall now. Cluster on the 30 tick, right below it, with that cluster towards the bottom. So let's see where it wants to go now. Both lines angled down, broke the low. Definitely a simplicity short. Yeah, I do have the Lorix indicators on my NQ chart. Yes, DT. After the open, I still use a 20 tick stop on NQ. Anytime I trade after the open, they still hold up for me. You just got to make sure you take a good, have a solid trade, solid entry, and time it well, or use a limit order. And yeah, they're still great. Now, you do have to, if the market is really crazy though, then yeah, sometimes your 20 ticks will get knocked out. But that's, those days, it's clear whenever you see those days when it's just zipping and just jumping and, I mean, crazy. Then yeah, then I'll go to YM. Because either way, regardless, I'm not risking more than my 20 ticks, no matter what. If I have to switch markets to YM, that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to move that stop. If the habit's too bad, you may want to use that stop lock indicator. Remember they came out with that? Where you can't move your stop? Or you can't move it backwards more than, I think it's like, or you can set it. How many ticks you'll allow yourself to move it. Yeah, exactly. Move it, trail with it. Just don't move it back. Apex stop lock indicator. There it is. Apex stop lock. Tick offset. Yeah, I think you can set how many ticks. Yeah, you can set how many ticks you'll allow yourself to move it back. So if anybody doesn't know about that, go to Apex stop lock, add that onto your chart. You can allow yourself to move it back, say like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever ticks, a couple points, and then you physically cannot move your stop further than whatever you set it. Yeah, just indicators, Apex stop lock. Yeah, Jeff. YM, yeah. After the open 2020, but I would probably still look to trail a little bit. Of course, YM, doesn't run as much, so I'd probably go for anywhere from 20 to 30, 20 to 40, really, just depends. But yeah, Because I've gotten now to where I like my ratios a little better than a 1-to-1. Just helps me. It depends. I haven't done YM in a while, but a lot of times YM was actually a 20 tick stop was pretty big. There's a lot of times I could have, even after the open, done like a 15 tick stop and had plenty of room. So I might want to play with that a little bit. Maybe like a 15-25 or 15-30, 15-18 tick stop with a 25-30 tick target, something like that. Because after the open, YM can go, 30 ticks pretty easily too. All right. Looks like that's going to be a wrap for me. I'm not liking this. If it goes too much further down, we'll be between these two clusters. We're getting about 5 minutes from the dark zone, a lot of slow movement. Yeah, it's pretty much, it's going to be a day for me. Not looking to risk anything at the moment, especially at the end. So, going to go ahead and call it a day. Everybody that's trading, continuing trading, hope y'all have a great day. Trade well, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Take care.